Hi and welcome to Silver Soul Tarot. Today we're going to do a pick a card reading. We're going to choose from the Angels and Auras Oracle deck, and then we'll allocate a stone, a rough stone, they've not been tumbled, and a bracelet. So let's crack on, shall we? First of all, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Jo. If you are a returning viewer, why are you not subscribed? But hey ho, fabulous to see you anyway. And if you are a subscriber, much love to you. You know I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's take 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. And let's do the allocation, shall we? So pile number 1, card number 1 is Michael, blue, wise, honest, trustworthy and observant. And for that we will allocate, let's do the black, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, black kayanite rough crystal. Hopefully I haven't replaced my, it's on order, but I haven't replaced my ring light yet, so I've moved over to the window for slightly better lighting. Hopefully you can see that. It's quite dark. I just would probably have picked the worst one, but never mind. And we'll take the blue. We'll stay blue, shall we? Let's stay with the blue bracelet. Okay. And for pile number 2, card number 2 is Angels are watching over you. Supported, protected, loved, encouraged, even when you don't feel like it. Let's take the amethyst rough crystal for that. Protection. So, and I tell you what, let's stick with it. Let's stick with the, they're not amethyst, but the purple bracelet nonetheless. And for the last card, last pile number 3, we have got self-employment, commitment, resourceful, confident, rewarding. Communication, I will always point out when I see birds like that on a card. For that pile, let's use the white howlite and the black and white sparkly bracelet. So feel free to pause the video while you make your selection, otherwise I'll see you in your reading. Hello there, pile number 1. You are here because you chose either the blue bracelet, let's pop them over there, the black kayanite rough stone, and or the card Michael, blue, wise, honest, trustworthy, observant. Okay, let's take a dream ritual oracle, put them up the right way, a dream ritual oracle card. Just see if there's anything we can do, any messages that might be coming through, especially around our dreams. Obviously, Michael is indeed Archangel Michael, it doesn't say, but he is very much the protector with his sword. So there could be some protection from on high for you as well. We've got the card Nourish. Okay, so maybe it's time to do some nourishing of your soul, of your body, of your mind. Being wise, honest, trustworthy, allowing people to really... I want to say latch on, but that's not really the right word. But, you know, latching would suggest that maybe they'll deplete some of your energy. But certainly allowing them to see your trustworthiness and your honesty. You know, be open to people. Allow them to nourish you rather than drain you. And then let's take a Moonology Oracle card, just because I've got them to hand and they're right there. We might take, just for the fun of it, maybe take an Urban Tarot, just 1 or 2, and then use the normal tarot. Or should we just, let's see how we go. I haven't really planned this exactly, it's just what feels right, and it will be the same for all 3. So, your commitment is being tested. Okay, so your commitment to your honesty, your openness could be very much being tested here. Because I'm over by the window, Let's put it up the right way. Because I'm over by the window, everything's like not where it normally is, and I'm a bit kerfuffled by that. Like, I'm a creature of habit. I like to know where things are, and you'll be able to reach them when I need them. But because I'm sort of over the other side of the room, and I'm backwards. Like, normally I've got things on my right and everything is on my left over here. Because the dog bed's just there. He's right under the window. Right, let's take one or two of these. Shall we take one or two? Let's see, shall we? What comes out? One. Okay, we've got the Three of Swords with Sorrow. Let's take that one, which is Power, with the Four of Discs, Coins, Pentacles. Okay, so you've maybe been through some sorrow. Like I say, maybe someone was sort of maybe draining you a little bit. That did come through. So now's the time to prove that you are who you say you are. You know, you are trustworthy, you are honest, you are open. And be observant to what's causing you sorrow. We all go through it. Maybe that's where your testing of the commitment's coming from. You've got the Four of Swords coming over. So finding that power within the rest and recuperation. Maybe that's what you need to do in order to nourish yourself and your body, your soul. However this resonates with you. But yeah, let's keep going. You've got the King of Swords. So that the King of Swords is very much a sense of intellect, knowledge, experience, you know, thinking more than talking. Yeah, I think this is definitely, I mean, he's very trustworthy. He is very honest, the Sword of Truth. So yeah, this is definitely about standing in your honesty, in what it is, in the fundamental things of what it is that makes you who you are, regardless of what's going on around you, or how other people might be testing you, or what they might be saying. You know, let your actions speak louder than your words in that sense, that integrity sort of sense. You got the Three of Wands. Okay, so that's about being on the sidelines. Are you waiting for your ships to come back in, or have you sent them out into the world? You know, take that as it resonates, but it's definitely about looking out, putting those intentions out, and, you know, thinking how to get out of your comfort zone. You know, I mean, maybe there's a lot of thinking going on here, a lot of soul searching in that sense, you know, of like what your next move is while you're recuperating from whatever this heartbreak was. Maybe you went through something quite, I want to say damaging, but I don't mean it kind of specifically bad, but bad enough that you have to find remember who the fuck you are and stand in that power, you know, allow it to build and have Michael's protection. The next card out is the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is something coming in, an offer. Maybe a cup of love, a knight in shining armour. Knights are all about energy moving. That horse is on the move. It's moving a little bit slow. He's just got this one obstacle left to overcome. This body of water down here. Now, is it a torrential... Let's see if I can get you focused. Is it a torrential... No, it's too high. Torrent of water, or is it just a babbling brook? You know, is he just got to make one small little step over, or has he got to take a, you know, has he got to wade through it? I'm going to leave that one with you as to how you feel after this. I certainly do think that maybe it's not as bad as you initially think it is. Like resting, recuperation, thinking it through, you know, using your intuition and nourishing yourself. You know, I think you will end up, and that one wants to come out as well, end up realising that maybe it's not as bad as you think. There's always that sort of potential. You got the Fool coming out, this new beginning, this taking a leap of faith forward. But I think you need to deal with whatever this is first, and you certainly need to find some balance. You know, pouring that energy from one area in your life to another. standing on that power and dealing with any sorrow, whatever this sorrow is that you're going through or you've been going through. I think just staying true to who you are is your strongest card in your hand. You've got the 9 of Swords, this anxious, overthinking energy. I think you are being really tested at this time by the universe, but it's that sense of what doesn't kill you is going to make you stronger. Whatever this sorrow is, you pull out one sword and you heal with it, you deal with it, and then you move on. Let's take a Law of Attraction tarot and see what wants to come through. We'll take a couple, we won't take too many. Yeah, there's definitely, you are being protected at this time when you're being really tested. But I definitely would say don't forget to take care of yourself in whatever sense that is. Think through things. Sorry, there's car horns going off. Think through things. Be very smart about your next move. Be smart about healing yourself. It's almost like you do have to be a little bit selfish so that you can reap your rewards. The 6 of Wands in this deck, as you can see, he is going around and he's harvesting the seeds that he sowed. That's pretty much all you can really say about that card on the face of it. But you will put in this hard work if you haven't already. It depends whether or not you're whereabout on the journey you are. Hold on, sorry. That was a completely pointless phone call. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, you will reap what you sow. But what you're sowing needs to be all about you. I think you need to be selfish. I think you need to remember who you are. Find that balance. Start the next stage of your journey with it being all about you. Like there's no, oh sorry, I dropped a card. Like this is all about you. There's little room for anyone else outside of your immediate sphere of dependence and things like that. I will always say that. If you've got children, obviously you need to make the decisions that are right for you and them. But outside of your immediate bubble, this is not involving them. Do you know what I mean? You've got the Emperor. Now the Emperor is about making power moves, okay? So he's making the steps forward that you need to make, dealing with the things that you need to deal with. He's the King of Kings, so he's been through it. He's normally shown in the tarot as having that sort of suit of armour on and using it to move himself forward. In this deck, he's kind of slightly more waiting. There's this kind of slower energy to him, but he's got that, I don't know if I keep trying to focus it, but the focus has not been right since I've done an update on this phone. He's holding a pocket watch in his hand. It's very hard to see, I do apologise. So there's an element of time here. Now I'm guessing you're being asked to take the time to rest and recuperate and make sure you deal with all these heartbreaks. You nourish yourself properly and don't think that you're behind or slow or anything like that. You've got this power and you need to build on it. Take one more if I can get hold of it. Take one more just to see what other messages want to come through. Yeah, there's the 4 of Cups there. Now that's your power, that's your stability, your foundation. The ancient architecture that is still about, if you go to Greece or if you go to Rome, anywhere in Italy, or the very ancient building structures that are still very much there. You can see it, don't get me wrong, if you're in the UK. You might not see it around you if you are in a very young country like the US. You don't have the thousands of years of civilization in the way that Europe has. But there's that real sense of stability, and that's what you've got to work on in order to, you know, have the higher self, you know, the higher elements of life adhered to. You need to work on your foundation and your power. And that's why you're being called to really rest and recuperate and pray, even pray with that card, the Four of Swords. You know, finding that balance within you before you start going off and building on those things. Let's clear out. Let's not clear out. Let's end this. Let's clear out the old crappy energy. Let's end this reading with a healing mantra, which again, as I completely knocked the camera, I was not prepared for, so I had to go get it. Yeah, see, I'm all in a kerfuffle being in my new seated area over by the window. It's not my normal, making me feel funky. Right. Let's take 2 just to close out the energy and see if what messages want to come through. Expanding inner power. I am the most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. So someone here, you know, part of that foundation, part of that structure can be your creativity. You know, how you do these things. Maybe reading might be significant to someone. And the last card is greeting wellness. Yep. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. Yeah, there's your balance. Okay. Yeah, I want to turn these over again because I think we were talking about your inner power and wellness. Yeah, nourish your foundation, your stability, and watch the rest of your life just take off. I'm going to leave it there. Say thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. Hi there, pile number 2. You are here because you chose some or all of these. So we've got the amethyst, the rough amethyst crystal. We got the purple bracelet. And the card we picked was Angels Are Watching Over You. Supported, protected, loved, encouraged. Okay, now we are going to take a Moonology Oracle card and see what other messages want to come through. We've got Have Faith in Your Dreams. Looking at this card, I mean, he's holding a little pocket watch there. There could be something about being given time to do something. You've got abundance here, you know, there's like money wanting to be given to you. Whoever this is for, maybe you felt like you weren't being protected or you weren't going to get what you want, you know, your manifestations, maybe they weren't coming through in a timely manner or in a way that you wanted. There's definitely been some heartbreak here. Maybe you've been spending a lot of time, you know, doing sort of more 3D reality things, learning, and yeah, maybe you've just finished some sort of course, or you're just, you know, very much sort of stuck at work, and you know, the daily grind is getting you down, not really allowing you to be as open and as spiritual as you would like to be. We've all been there. This is a dream ritual oracle, so let's see what the card is there. Soul. Okay, now there's obviously something here about books and pens, so maybe this is someone who's worked a lot, or you've been taking a lot of time writing. I mean, maybe you need to write more, but more creatively, or journaling or something like that. And with that mirror, you know, I think there's going to need to be a little bit of reflection. Okay, now let's see, these are the the dream oracle. So have faith in your dreams, you know, don't be afraid to look at what it is that you're dreaming. Maybe dream oracling might be something that really will benefit you. Okay, so I took 2 of the Urban Tarot. on the last reading, so we're going to keep going with that. And let's see what this card deck has to say, shall we? Let's take that one. We've got satiety, the Ten of Cups, you know, being the happy ever after, being happy in every sense and having your truest sort of wishes fulfilled. Yeah, your dreams being fulfilled, whatever that might be, whatever they are. It's about having that satiety. I can't pronounce it properly. It's terrible, isn't it? You've got the kindergarten teacher. Okay, so she's Princess of Discs. We said about getting creative. Look at her. She's covered in paint. You know, she deals with children in, you know, in her daily life. So there's that sort of very fun aspect, that childlike energy, the naivety sort of gist going on. And as you can see, she doesn't mind getting dirty. She doesn't mind having fun and ending up covered in paint at the end of the day. It's what drives her forward. So yeah, I mean, I've never noticed that watch she's got there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a yin yang. I don't know if you can see it, if it comes out on the camera. But it's the yin yang, that symbol. So there's something about balancing here. You know, the masculine, the feminine, the work, the home life, the creativity, the mundane. Let's crack on with some tarot. And then we will hit the Law of Attraction tarot, just to sort of help close out any energies and any other messages that might want to come through. But let's crack on with this, shall we? We've got the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is, are you on the offensive? Are you on the defensive? Do you need to stand your ground? I think here, like, because you're feeling like you've like nothing's happening, like things are not working out in your favour, I think as soon as you relax and you know, put down your wand, put down that barrier, that wall, you know, however this resonates with you, but there's definitely some sense of overprotectiveness of yourself. Maybe you've been protecting yourself, you know, emotionally, but actually you need to just be a little bit more open. You've got the Three of Wands. So that's, you know, standing on the sidelines, putting your intentions out into the world. You know, are you waiting for your ships to come back in, or are you sending them out? Obviously take that one as it resonates, but this is definitely about kind of being more open. Okay, I feel like you, pile number 2, need to just be a little bit more open. Do some more journaling, especially around your dreams, you know, what it is you want, maybe manifesting through writing, you know, vision boards, things like that, sort of making it more of a visual thing, bringing it out of your head, out of your heart, and having it in a physical sense. You've got the Lovers. Okay, so the Lovers is a choice. It's a Gemini card. So is there, again, the masculine and feminine? I don't know if you can see it, the yin yang, but it's the balancing of the masculine and the feminine, the creativity, the mundane, all that sort of stuff again. Or it could be a twin flame soulmate connection. Let's see what else comes out. But I think you're just sort of, I wouldn't be surprised if the Six of Pentacles comes out, or some sort of the Two of Pentacles, or something about balance. I feel like you're overworked, overstretched, overstressed. Like you're not open, you're closed. I don't mean that like specifically, like, you know, you're not open at all, but you're closed off to the potential. It definitely feels like you're closed off to the potential. You've got the High Priestess. Okay, so signs, synchronicities, spirituality. I think you want to be more spiritual. Again, something could be hidden from you. It is the moon energy as well, so it's very feminine, intuition sort of vibe going on. So maybe there is something being hidden from you, or you're not open enough to see what it is that could potentially be being hidden from you. I think there's a little bit more spirituality needed, or less mundane anyway. You know, get out in nature a little bit more. You know, go swimming in the sea, or be safe and be careful, obviously. Get the paints out with the kids and get dirty. Do you know what I mean? Go out in the garage or in the garden, or sorry, I keep knocking the camera. Or put some plastic down on the dining room table and go crazy, have a bit of fun. I know I dropped loads of cards. Not going to take them because there's far too many. Yes, I definitely would say enjoy life a little bit more. Be a little bit more open. Understand that they've got your back, okay? And just be a little bit more open. We've got the 5 of Wands. So yeah, let go of any of this conflict. Anything that could potentially be holding you back. This could be at work. And we do have 3 wands here. So it could be something like what it is that you do. Yeah, definitely put down some wands. Okay, pick your battles. That's definitely coming through. Pick your battles. 7 of Cups. Okay, yeah, you've got choices. Pick your battles. Okay, pick the ones that you want to work on, the ones that you want to put your energy into, and the ones that you don't, just say thank you very much. But you and me are done. I'm not arguing with you again. We keep going round and round in circles, whether this is a friendship or a work thing or just in life, really. Just generally going on the same topic over and over again. You just have to stand up for yourself, put your foot down, and just say, this is the last time we have this discussion, or, take that as it resonates. But it's also, a card of dreams, illusions, delusions. There's something about dreams here, pile number 2. Have you been having some funky dreams? Because it is a card of sort of like lucid dreams. Interesting. You have to pop a comment down below if this resonates with you. Oh, let's take that. Oh, that is the 5 of Pentacles. Feeling left out in the cold. There could be some physical ailments here, but generally it's about, there's something that maybe you're close to giving up on your dream, or just kind of being like, look, it's never going to happen for me. But I think it will if you just, like I say, I'm surprised there's nothing about balance coming out yet, but I think that is the message of the reading, is to balance the masculine and the feminine. Balance what it is that you do want against what it is you don't want. Don't put too much time in on screens, okay? Because now we've got a pad, a pen, a screen, a pad, a pen, a pad, books, pens, a screen. I know it's a bit hard to see the screen there, but as you can see, that's a laptop. Do you know what I mean? You're going to have to take that as it resonates. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You got, with this deck, it's the Knight of Pentacles, okay? It's about putting in the work, or maybe you've been putting in a lot of work. It's sort of office environment, this stuck indoors sort of vibe. Is that what your soul actually wants? To be indoors? To be in, I understand she's indoors, but she actually looks like she wants to be out there and having break time with the kids, and that card clearly wants to come out. I just feel like there's someone here who's overworking. You got the 7 of Pentacles. 7 could be a number we're seeing. 7, 7, 7. You do also have 5, 5. You got 5, 6, 7. With the 6 there. It's that upgrade. Okay, so it's going from the stall. Again, we've got a really office-based imagery, because those couple of last chairs there look like office chairs. But this card is specifically about sort of upgrading and going from a stall to a nice, comfortable chair. Do you spend too much time sitting down in an office environment, pile number 2? Is that what's crushing your dreams? because that's what those environments are essentially designed to do, to keep you working, you know, going on your break at certain times and you know, just sitting and crunching numbers. Oh, soul destroying, soul destroying. That's why I never wanted to do an office job of any description, and why even when I was sort of more office based in my work, I fucking hated it. I was like, I'm gonna go out and go do some stuff. I'm gonna go check this and just get out of the fucking office. The Ace of Pentacles, okay, healing, the Caduceus there. It is also a message, like it is a messenger. Is it Hermes, the messenger? But yeah, there's some healing here. There's like wings unfurling. I think you need to heal your reality so that your dreams can start coming through. Pile number 2. I feel you. I hate fucking office work. You'll never catch me doing office work. Where's my deck? I don't know where my decks are. Yeah, if you, I think this resonated with you, especially around the somewhat a lot of office-based work. But it's like you've got to counterbalance that, because I think that's what's sucking the life out of you, pile number 2. Let's take a couple of healing mantras just to close out the energies. Honouring adversity. A fire reveals the path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. Yeah, okay. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I think once you know, tear up the old truth, I think the new path will show itself to you. What are those intentions you're putting out into the world over there with the 3 of Wands? What is it that you're dreaming of? What is it you're journaling for? If you don't journal, I think you should. Creating cooperation. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. Fabulous. I'm going to leave it there. Say thank you very much for watching pile number 2. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3. You are here because you chose one or all of the following. The black and white bracelet, which is all very shiny, twinkly. The white howlite rough stone, and or the card self-employment, commitment, resourceful, confident, rewarding. And like I said at the beginning, I will always point out the potential communication element of this card. Right, let's use the Moonology Oracle deck and see what other messages want to come through today. So far, these pick a card readings have been amazing. The first 2 are amazing. If anything resonated with you in pile number 1 or pile number 2, I think it's a good time to get out and go back and have a look at one of the other readings. Ooh, we've got believe in the impossible. Okay, so maybe starting a new career, a new job, maybe being self-employed is something you didn't think you could ever achieve, and well, here we are telling you to believe in the impossible. Okay, I say we because it was an angel's card. Let's hit the Dream Ritual Oracle deck as well and see if there's anything about our dreams here or some other guidance. We've got relax. Okay, relax. Take it easy. Maybe get out on the water, enjoy some time out in nature on a boat in the moonlight. We're going to also take a couple of the Urban Tarot cards, just because they offer us the top version rather than just the Rider-Waite-Smith. So just see what else comes out, shall we? So maybe just sort of relax into it, okay? You got the Filmmaker with the Prince of Cups. So, you know, look at something from a different angle. Believe in the impossible. Maybe all that needs to shift is an element of, what's the word I'm looking for? Perspective from your point of view. You know, maybe just look at something from a slightly different angle from a different way, it's almost like a portal there as well, opening up. You'll see it when you look at something in a different way, and you believe that that's where it is with the blue moon. And then we've got the 10 of Pentacles, or the 10 of Coins, I think it is this deck. Wealth, okay, wealth, yeah. So maybe becoming self-employed, if it's something you've been thinking of, or just working more towards the things that are going to bring you happiness, bring you, a sense of completion, a sense of duty. I don't know what the right word is, but it's something that's bringing you something that only you can bring. Does that make sense? Like, I think there's an element of having to be a little bit selfish and a little bit, this is all about you. And confidence, yeah, definitely confidence. I think you're about to be rewarded be very rewarded for your resourcefulness quite soon. Like, take that leap of faith. We've got 2 cards. Don't overthink it. Okay, you've got the 9 of Swords, this anxiety, this, sort of waking up from a nightmare and realising you're still in the nightmare. I mean, have you, lost a job or something recently, or, been made redundant or something, and, you're kind of at that crossroads of, which way do I go? Do I use the resources I've got, the knowledge I've got, the skills I've got, and go at it alone, or do I go and find employment somewhere else? Like I say, if any of the other readings resonated with you, especially pile number 2, there might be some messages in there for you, because that was really about soul destroying work. Yeah, you got the 5 of Wands. Okay, so there could have been conflict at work. Okay, I do feel like there's been some issues around the way that you pay your way in the world, the way you gather your pentacles. And believe in the impossible. Relax. The universe has got your back. I know it's really hard to, or I should say it's really easy to say. But yeah, I think there's going to have to be that sense of, rather than I wouldn't be surprised if the Fool card comes out, rather than sort of that leaning forward and taking that leap of faith, but actually that more of a trustful, where you you stand with your back and you close your eyes with your arms across your chest, and you just fall backwards. I'm getting that imagery coming in of placing your arms across your chest and just closing your eyes and falling backwards, and trusting that the universe will catch you. You got the High Priestess, yeah, sign synchronicities. She's the spirituality card of the deck. There could be something being hidden from you. There could be something about your intuition, just knowing that something's coming around your work. Maybe they've announced that there's going to be layoffs, and you just know you're going to be one of them. I would just shout plot twists and allow the universe to catch you. You got the Emperor. Okay, so yeah, maybe you could be making some power moves. Maybe now's the time to start. If there's a mass redundancy coming or a mass layoff coming, and you're going to be in it, or you think you're going to be in it, are you not better off being, a week or 2 ahead of the gang when it comes to getting out and looking for work? You think about it. If there's 10 people being laid off, you're going to be up against 10 more people in the workforce, applying for these jobs, than what you would have been had you done it a week earlier or 2 weeks earlier. Get ahead of the game. Be smart. I get and be smart with the Emperor. He's obviously the King of Kings. He's very much a warrior. He's, it might be time to put your armour on and be smart and preempt anything. Maybe it's time to start looking at doing something on your own. Taking flight. You got the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so she's very grounded in her finances. She's very nurturing. I would be very careful not to overspend if this is resonating with you for whatever reason. Just sort of use that as a foundation. because I don't feel like finances are the exact precise reason that maybe you're overthinking. I think you're smart enough to have prepared for such instances and got some, you know, backup plans and some savings. Ooh. We've got the star card. Okay, so the star card is healing. It is, you know, you are the star, making wishes, believing in the impossible. Yeah, you are the star. So use the stars to guide you as well. Make wishes, pour the energies out. Like I said, be a bit smart, you know, between the masculine and the feminine as well. Yeah, so just, there's some heartbreak coming. And I don't think it's an emotional heartbreak in the sense of a relationship breaking down. I think this is you just realising that not everyone has got your best interest at heart. Like your boss might well be like, oh, you know, you're this, you're that, but you're still as replaceable as everyone. I knew that in my last job, and it was something, even as a senior member of staff, I would kind of always make sure people were aware that you are replaceable. And I never meant that in the sense that I just probably made it sound, but I always understood that I was as replaceable as anyone. Like, I was always very clear that, you know, if you refuse to do it, someone else will do it. So, you know, especially as we're entering this age of AI and automation and robots and self-service things in restaurants and supermarkets, you know what I mean? Like, as much as it's good that it replaces some of the workforce, but it's also not. I mean, what are people going to do for a living if they can't work in services and things like that? So you might have to be, like I say, be a bit smart and chase your dreams. You just might have to see something from a different angle, understand something from a different angle, or, you know, maybe you've been seeing someone else doing what you want to do, but you've got to, you know, put your own twist on it. That's a very interesting message coming through, pile number 3. I think you need to commit to it, whatever it is that's going to make you stand out. It feels like a shame. That 3 of Swords feels like it's a shame that you've got to leave, or that it's happening the way that it's happening. You know, I do feel like there's a sense of leaving a large portion of your life behind. Maybe some good friends, you know, mentors, things like that. Yeah, if you're retiring, I mean, even if you're retiring, it could just be that sense of leaving that behind and trusting that what you choose to do with your free time is going to be not necessarily even profitable in the sense of finances, but in the sense of how it's going to make you feel. Ooh. You know, how much enjoyment and satisfaction it brings to your life. Maybe it's a hobby or something you can work on that you might be able to make money on it, or just knitting, you know, or just paying back to the community in some way. Right, so we've got 2 cards. Fabulous. So we've got the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so as you can see, got the clogs working, and we were talking about AI and automation. And like I say, if pile number 2 does resonate or did resonate with you, please go back and have a look, pile number 3, because there was a lot about like computers and journaling and paper and pens. But this is, excuse me, about, you know, having that extra layer of security. Like I said, I don't think you are poor, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't think you are in a uncomfortable position that you can't survive for a little while without. You know, there is some stability here, some financial stability. This is much more about you kind of overthinking, you know, sort of what next, and you know, it's more about, you know, like, money is the last thing you need to worry about. As the 9 of Pentacles comes out, I mean, maybe your next step, this self-employment, will be that rewarding, that you can reach the top of that ladder, or maybe you've already reached the top of your ladder. Maybe this is you. It might not be like a mass layoff. It could just be you coming to realization that I've kind of done all I can do in this company. I've done, I've reached the top of the ladder. I've got X amount of money behind me. Maybe now's the time before I retire that I get out and do something that's a bit more suited for you. Believe in the impossible. What is your impossible dream? Believe in it. You just have to look at it from maybe every angle. Make sure you've really covered all your bases. Take this as it resonates, pile number 3, because this could, obviously, it is a collective reading, so it could be multiple messages coming through. Let's take one more. The 8 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands in this is transmuting that energy. It's putting in the hard work and achieving your goal. You've to hand whisk anything, as if anyone has ever done it, it's not easy work. Your arm tires very quickly. So in order to turn, or to churn cream into butter, it's, or even making cream thicker, just the imagery on the card. It takes a lot of work, okay? So there's been a lot of work put in here to reach this stage where you're at. It's interesting. You have to pop comments down below, pile number 3, as to if I was on the right track with any of that, because obviously I don't know. I'm just giving you the information as it comes through. Let's take 2 healing mantra cards just to close out the energies and see if any last messages want to come through. Inspiring others. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. Yeah, if you are the Emperor, there's even a chance here that you are the owner of a business. You're self-employed. Or you will be. I think you will be. I think you will inspire people. Maybe you'll even start hiring people. Maybe you will become the boss. Doesn't have to be a massive corporation. It can just be, a little 2 or 3 person business. Do you know what I mean? Let's take that one. Dissolving judgments. I don't have to like the actions of others in order to love my journey. Exactly. I think this is happening to you, but I think it's going to be the making of you. Whatever this is, pile number 3. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.